while I am driving up to find you. My wedding ring is sitting in the tray, counting every mile that I stray. She is sleeping in a master bed, with no idea of the words we said. I parked the car a block or two away, hiding from the clarity of day. You open up the door in silky lace, the guilty light is written on my face. We move in silence through the narrow hall, shadows dancing tall against the wall. You never ask me when I have to go, you keep your voice a steady kind low. The secret is a heavy golden chain, a luxury that tastes a lot like pain. You are the chapter that I never read out loud, the silver lining of a very heavy cloud, a temporary heaven in the dark, the fire that forgot to leave the spark. I am a ghost inside a double life, cut by the edges of a jagged knife, falling for the comfort of a lie underneath the charcoal color style. The clock is ticking on a mantelpiece, searching for a moment of release, but every touch is borrowed porphyry. There is no version where we both are free. I keep my promises in different rooms, walking through the garden of the glooms. The truth is buried underneath the floor, always wanting just a little more. Oh, the sunrise starts to bleed across the floor. I fix my tie and head toward the door. The scent of your perfume is on my skin, washing off the evidence of sin. I check my phone to see if she has called, standing in a doorway, quite appalled by how easy it has grown to be, dividing every single part of me. The engine turns and starts a lonely hum, thinking of a person I become, between a duty and a deep desire, walking on a thin and rusted wire. You are the chapter that I never read out loud, the silver lining of a very heavy cloud, a temporary heaven in the dark, the fire that forgot to leave a spark. I am a ghost inside a double life, cut by the edges of a jagged night, falling for the comfort of the light underneath the charcoal color sky. The floorboards groan beneath the heavy weight of time. We dance a slow collision in a room of dusty lime. No mirrors here to measure what the naked eye can see, just the gravity of motion and the pull of you and me. The sheets are tangled, thickets where the shadows come to hide. We find the secret places where the restless thoughts subside. Your hands are broad and certain as they map the shifting skin, a geography of plenty where the quiet songs begin. Forget the hollow pictures and the ghosts of hungry men. We are carving out a kingdom in this velvet light again. There is harvest in the touching and a bounty in the breath, a life that keeps on living in the face of sudden death. The world outside is shrinking to the size of this embrace. The clocks have lost their needles and the stars have lost lost their place. We are drifting on a current that the narrow cannot know. Deep within the valley where the heavy rivers flow. Bound by all the senses in a fever of the soul. Too broken, has nothing, making something that is whole. Beyond the plastic beauty and the vanity of bone. We found a solid temple that we built all on our own. It is honest as the winter and it is fertile as the clay. A love that had no reason and will never walk away. The candle flickers out and leaves the scent of melting wax. The tension in the timber starts to soften and relax. I feel the pulse of oceans in the way you press so near. An ancient kind of language, that is all I need to hear. The candle flickers out and leaves the scent of melting wax. The tension in the timber starts to soften and relax. I feel the pulse of ocean in the way you press so near. An ancient kind of language, that is all I need to hear. Be I far beyond the judgment of the sin and bitter crowd. In a silence that is massive and a passion that is loud. The world outside is breaking to the size of this embrace. The clocks have lost their needles and the stars have lost their place. We are drifting on a current that the narrow cannot know. Deep within a valley where the heavy rivers flow. Bound by all the senses in a fever of the soul. Too broken, half of nothing, making something that it hold. Beyond the plastic beauty and the vanity of bone. We found a solid temple that we gentle on our own. It is honest as the winter and it is fertile as the clay. A one that has no reason and will never walk away. The dust settles on the ancient road where the weary soul carries a heavy load. I saw a sign etched in the limestone wall. Wait for the thunder and the hammer to fall. There is a king who needs no golden crown. Walk in the mud of every tired town. He speaks in the movement of the grain, in the cold mercy of the winter rain. The prophets are sleeping in the hollow hills, while the clock on the steeple stands perfectly still. The merchant is counting his silver and lies, but a different light is filling the sky. He is the shepherd of the shifting sand, the unseen palm of a guiding man. Through the canyon of shadows and the valley of bone, he never leaves the traveler alone. From the highest peak to the lowest cell, the master of a secret that no tongue can tell. I met a blind man by the riverbank, filling his cup when a wild horses drank. He said the sun is just a candle flame to the blinding fire of a holy name. Do not look for him in the marble halls or behind the safety of the garden walls. He is the wind that breaks the iron gate, the patient heart that knows how to wait. Is the shepherd of the shifting sand, the unseen palm of a guiding hand, through the canyon of shadows and the valley of bone. He never leaves the traveler alone. From the highest peak to lowest end, the master of the secret that no tongue can tell. He is the shepherd of the shifting sand, the unseen palm of a guiding hand, through the canyon of shadows and the valley of bone. He never leaves the traveler alone. From the highest peak to the lowest end, a master of the secret that no tongue can tell. Woke up before the sun, 'cause it gets clean on the valley floor. Just a steady breath and a heavy wooden door. I walk through the high grass where the dew still clings to the vine, thinking about the distance between your heart and mine. The highway is a ribbon cutting through the dusty red clay, and I am just a traveler looking for a brand new way to say that the silence in the kitchen is the loudest sound I know. But the seeds I planted years ago are finally starting to grow. The morning light is breaking like a promise kept too long, and awake I'll find in shadows where the giants used to be strong. It is a heavy kind of beauty that we carry in our hands, like a map drawn in water or a castle made of sand. But I will take the bitter with the honey on the shelf. I am finally getting acquainted with the ghost of my own self. In this wide and open country where the truth is hard to find, I am leaving all the heavy chains and the hollow years behind. Oh, there is a merchant in the square selling trinkets made of tin. He says he knows the ending before the stories even begin. I traded him a silver coin for a bell that would not ring. Then I sat down by the river just to hear the water sing. The politicians are shouting from the balconies of stone, while the lonely man is carving out a kingdom all his own. You do not need a golden crown to feel the weight of the sky, just a steady pair of boots and a clear and honest style. The morning light is breaking like a promise kept too long, and the ink I find is shadows where the giants used to be strong. It is a heavy kind of beauty that we carry in our hands, like a map drawn in Dust settles on the gravel road we mapped out long ago. Back when my pockets were empty and the clocks moved slow. We watched the headlights fade while others chased the fleeting spark. But you stay steady beside me through the hollow and the dark. Some seek a soft embrace to drown out the winter chill, trading a lifetime of loyalty for a momentary thrill. I've seen men sell their souls for a look from a stranger's eye, even the ones who carried them beneath the heavy sky. But a house built on sand won't weather the rising tide, and a heart without an anchor has nowhere left to hide. They're chasing shadows down alleys where the cutters always bleed, forgetting the soil they planted every honest seed. Give me a hand that held me when the world was turning cold. Give me the stories of the road that never will be sold. The sirens may call from the rocks out in the bay, but I'll keep my brothers close until the breaking of the day. Faith is a heavy timber and blood is a sacred wine. The bond we forged in a valley is the only thing divine. The gold on a wheel can tarnish and a promise can go thin. When the storm starts howling and the rain starts leaking in, I've watched the strongest pillars crumble for a sweet talking tongue. Even the songs of our fathers forever left unsung. But the roots beneath our feet are deeper than a mountain stone. No man who keeps his kin is ever truly left alone. The vanity of the flesh is a debt that's paid in years. A carnival of laughter that ends in hollow tears. They trade the solid ground for a dream that's made of glass. Watching the seasons wither as the phantom visions pass. But we sit by the fire where the embers glow deep red. Unaware but living in the spirits of the dead. The highway is long and the temptation's loud, but I won't lose my way in the thick of the crowd. For a touch that is gone by the morning light. I won't trade the fire that burns through the night. Give me the hand that held me when the world was turning cold. Give me the stories of the road that never will be sold. The sirens may call from the rocks out in the bay, but I'll keep my brothers close until the breaking of a day. Faith is a heavy timber and blood is a sacred wine. The bond we forged in the valley is the only thing divine. Give me the hand that held me when the world was turning cold. Give me the stories of the road that never will be sold. The sirens may call from the rocks out in the bay, but I'll cut my brothers close until the breaking of a day. Faith is a heavy timber and blood is a sacred wine. One deep porch in the houses, the only thing divine. coffee has gone cold beside the bed, counting every heavy word you said. I watch the sunlight crawl across the floor, waiting for your shadow at the door. My keys are heavy in my pocket now. I want to reach you, but I don't know how. The silence is a wall I cannot climb. I'm running out of breath and out of time. The empty space is wider than the sea, between a person I was and who you need me to be. Give me a reason to stay in the dark. Give me a flame from a dying spark. I'm sinking under the weight of the gold. Everything precious is starting to mold. Take all the jewelry and leave me the bone. Oh, I'm tired of building this kingdom alone. Oh, give me a reason to stay in the dark. Give me a flame from a dying spark. Oh, I'm sinking under the weight of the gold. Oh, everything precious is starting to mold. Oh, take all the jewelry and leave me the bone. I'm tired of building this kingdom alone. I saw your coat hanging in the hall, like a ghost waiting for a winter fall. I tried to call your name but lost my nerve. The path is winding with a bitter curve. I traded my perspective for a ring and realized that it doesn't mean a thing. The silence is a wall I cannot climb. I'm running out of breath and out of sign. The empty space is wider than the sea, between the person I was and who you need me to be. Give me a reason to stay in the dark. Give me a flame from a dying spark. Oh, I'm sinking under the weight of the gold. Everything precious is starting to mold. Oh, take all the jewelry and leave me the bone. Oh, I'm tired cuts through the window pane, tracing shadows on the sheets where you used to lie. I find myself staring at the coffee steam rising, wondering if the silence is just a way to say goodbye. Every floorboard keeps a secret of your step, and the air still holds the ghost of your perfume. I am walking through the memories we left, trying to find a way to clear the hollow in this room. I saw your coat hanging by the heavy door, a reminder of the plans we never got to chase. The clock on the wall is ticking slower than before, as if the seconds are afraid to leave this space. I keep my hands busy with the simple things, fixing the latch and clearing out the shelf. But no matter how the telephone rings, I am only ever talking to myself. But the melody is heavy and it pulls me down deep into the waters where the restless feelings sleep. I am searching for the words that I failed to sign when the world was moving fast and I was falling behind. Now the house is a shell and the walls are so tall. I am waiting for a sound or a sign at all, just a flicker of a fire that we used to hold before the summer turned bitter and the truth turned cold. Guess the melody is warpy and it pulls me down deep into the waters where the restless feelings sleep. I am searching for the words that I failed to find when the world was moving fast and I was falling behind. Now the house is a shell and the walls are so tall. I am waiting for a sound or a sign at all, just a flicker of the fire that we used to hold before the summer turned bitter and the truth turned cold. The sun is sinking down behind the jagged line of the trees that stand like guards along the street. I used to think that all this heavy heart was mine, but now I see it in the eyes of everyone I meet. We are all just drifting on a changing tide, looking for a harbor that we cannot see, with nothing but our broken pride to hide and the weight of all the things we used to be. And the melody is heavy and it pulls me down deep into the waters where the restless feelings sleep. I am searching for the words that I failed to find when the war was moving fast and I was falling behind. Now the house is a shell and the walls are so tall. I am ready for a sound or a sign at all, just a flicker of the fire that we used to hold before the summer turned bitter and the truth turned cold. The melody is heavy and it pulls me down deep into the waters where the restless feelings sleep. I am searching for the words that I failed to find when the world was moving fast and I was falling behind. Now the house is a shell and the walls are so tall. I am waiting for a sound or a sign at all, just a flicker of a fire that we used to hold before the summer turned lighter and the truth turned cold. Strobe cut a path across your face, behind the velvet robe and plastic glass. A strange collision in that crowded that space. I watch the midnight shadows start to pass. The speakers rattled bones inside my chest. You move like silver water on a stone, ignoring all the smoke and all the rest. The kind of wild I've never really known. You had a look that didn't belong there, a quiet sort of thunder in your eyes. The scent of rainy streets was in your hair, beneath the heavy mask of low disguise. I leaned against the brick and felt the cold, while someone spilled their period on the floor. A million hollow stories being told, but you were I'd waited decades for. And the speed of the world just slowed its pace in a room where the truth is hard to find. I found a map inside a nameless place, leaving a bit of debris far behind. It wasn't the drink or the heavy air, or the way the floor began to sway, but the fact that I found you standing there in the middle of the mess and I tried to speak, but language felt too small, like trying to catch a sparrow in a net. The writing was already on the wall, a gamble that I hadn't taken yet. The bass was thumping like a dying heart. The ice was melting in a plastic cup. We were 1,000 miles and years apart, until the moment that you finally looked up. The clock on the wall was moving wrong. The mirrors reflected things we couldn't see. We were the only lyrics in the song, the only ones who wanted to look free. And the speed of the world just slowed its pace in a room where the truth is hard to find. I found it up inside a nameless place, leaving a bit of debris far behind. It wasn't the drink or the heavy air, or the way the floor began to sway, but the fact that I found you standing there in the middle of the mess and disarray. The speed of the world just slowed its pace in a room where the truth is hard to find. I found a map beside a nameless place, leaving a bit of debris far behind. It wasn't the drink or the heavy air, or the way the floor began to sway, but the fact that I found you standing there everywhere in the middle of the mess and disarray. The dust is settled on the porch where we used to stand, watching the shadow stretch across this hollow land. You had a look like a storm clouds breaking in the west, a heavy heart beating beneath a button vase. I search for answers in the bottom of a coffee tin, wondering just where your soul ends and mine begins. It is a simple thing to name, but a hard one to hold. Like a handful of river water turning to gold. The seasons, they don't ask for permission to change, and every familiar face starts looking strange. But you are the anchor when the tide starts to pull, the cup that remains when the pantry is full. In a world that is trading its copper for glass, you are the one truth that I won't let pass. Through the tangled wires and a rising gray, you are the only thing that does not fade away. We walk the tracks until the iron turns to rust, building a kingdom out of nothing but honest trust. No map could tell us where the hidden valleys lie, or why the heart chooses that particular patch of sky. I see a signature in the way the tall brass bends. Right where the highway ends. It is a simple thing to name, but a hard one to hold. Like a handful of river water, turn it into gold. The seasons, they don't ask for permission to change, and every familiar face starts looking strange. But you are the anchor when the tide starts to pull, the cup when the pantry is full. In a world that is traded its copper for glass, you are the one truth that I won't let pass. Through the tangled wires and a rising gray, you are the only tale that does not fade away. You are the anchor when the tide starts to pull, the cup that remains when the pantry is full. In a world that is trading its copper for glass, you are the one truth that I won't let pass. Through the tangled wires and the arriving gray, you are the opening that does not fade away. The sheets are a map of uncharted terrain. I trace the pulse under your skin like a slow-moving train. We stripped away the armor and the names we used to wear. Now there is only the salt and the tang of your hair. No clock on the wall dare measure this out, as a shadow of the moon begins to flower. It is the holy motion of the breath and the bone, a language we carve from a foundation of stone, beyond the reach of the law or the vanity of kings. Where the spirit takes flight on heavy silver wings. It is the way of the world, finding its rest in a quiet temple built inside of your breast. The poets are sleeping in their dusty old beds, with their metaphors tangled like silver threads. But they never felt the fire of a palm on the fight, or the way that the truth sounds in a low ragged sigh. We are writing a gospel with our limbs intertwined, leaving the wreckage of the cold day behind. Your eyes are the color of a stone moving in, washing away every ghost and every sin. The room is a vessel adrift on a dark velvet sea, where I am the lock and you are the key. The distance between us has finally collapsed into a fever of grace that can never be tracked. It is a holy motion of the breath and the bone, a language we carve from a foundation, the stone beyond the reach of the law, or the vanity of kings, where the spirit takes flight on heavy silver wings. It is the way of the world, finding its rest in the quiet temple built inside of your breast. It is a holy motion of the breath and the bone, a language we carve from a foundation much known beyond the reach of the law, or the vanity of kings, where the spirit takes flight on heavy silver wings. It is the way of the world, finding its rest in the quiet temple built inside of your breast. The floorboards groan beneath the heavy tide of feet, but shadows move like ink across the sheet. You twist your collar in the yellow glare, while sawdust spins inside the stagnant air. The silver needle finds a valley in the bone, 1,000 voices yet you stand alone. The bouncer leans against the painted wall, watching every empire start to fall. Spin a web of movement in the hollow night, shaking loose the ghosts within the light. Forget the names they gave you at the gate, while gravity decides your heavy day. The clock is ticking backwards on the bricks, beneath the canopy of cheap and dirty tricks. The mirrors reflect nothing but the haze of 100 different ways to spend your days. The ice is melting in a plastic cup, the basement stairs are slowly looking up. You lace your boots and find a patch of ground, to lose a sense of every jagged sound. The blank page is staring back through the hollow glow. Fingers hovering above the plastic keys in a row. I'm trying to capture the essence of a silent request, putting my lyrical intuition to the ultimate test. Every stroke of the letter is a heartbeat in sync, drowning out the world in a flood of black ink, setting a foundation for a melody yet to be born. Fragmented thoughts getting ended in no longer torn and on. This is the architecture of a song on the line, turning every syllable into something divine, building a temple out of simple directions, reflecting the depth of our inner connections. Let the resonance carry the weight of the sound, until the meaning of the message is finally found. I am sculpting me, with the weight of the phrasing, through the smoke and the mirrors and the static erasing. It is more than a sequence of vows and constraints. It is the blood of the sinners and the breath of the saints, tracing the patterns that the logic cannot define, bringing the secrets between every structured line. A cadence is steady like a clock in the hall, entering the spirit of the creative call. The momentum is shifting like the tides in the bay, words find their purpose in a masterful way. Gravity pulls at the edge of the sheet, making the composition finally complete. This is the architecture of a song on the line, turning every syllable into something divine, building my temple